Hey guys, so it's first thing Monday morning. Sorry about another dark video, but when these messages come to you, you got to start to teach them. I think that these videos are more for me than they are for you, and so I'm just kind of letting you in on it. You know, on Friday I had a pretty interesting conversation with somebody that I've mentored for 2 years. In this doctor's first year of mentoring, they increased 300%, or I guess they tripled their practice, whatever, if my math on that is correct. So from just under 100 a week to just over, or just under 300 visits a week. The second year of mentoring, she thought was a disaster. Only increasing 20%. You know, collections going from 300,000 a year to 360,000 a year. And when we were discussing whether or not we were going to be continuing, you know, she just thought that the value wasn't there. And I thought about that. At first, I just thought that was a ridiculous statement. And then I got a little ticked off. But this morning I woke up and I realized it's not any different than patients. You know? Patient who completely transforms their health and their life. But, you know, to keep it going, you know, they're gonna have to spend another, what, $1,000, $2,000, or whatever it is on wellness care. They just didn't see the value there. And so for her, you know, in the worst year with us, she made an extra $60,000, and somehow to her it wasn't worth the extra, I don't know, $2,000 to $4,000, you know, to continue with the mentoring. But it's not that it wasn't worth it to her. It's that she wasn't willing to do the work. It's the same as the patient. If the patient is not willing to even put in the minimum effort, if the patient is not willing to see that where they are now is not where they could be, if the patient doesn't have a vision for their future that's different than where they are now, then the value to them drops dramatically. Because if they were motivated to start care in your office based on pain, running away from pain, when that pain is gone, their motivation goes with it. And you might hang on to them for, I think the whole corrective care chiropractic, where I'm going to take this curve and turn it into that curve, I think that makes excellent 2 to 4 year patients, but not beyond that. I don't think it makes excellent lifetime patients. I just don't. It certainly hasn't been my experience. And so when a patient says to you, I don't think it's worth it, instead of having your first response be, like it was for me with this client, instead of having your first response be, that's ridiculous, or taking offense to it, maybe look at how you've groomed them to that point in terms of setting a vision for their future. Look at how you can speak life into them about where their health would be or could be going forwards. And maybe look at your procedures. You know, all of us have procedures that allow us to, that are involved in us breathing life into people with respect to having them understand where their health is going. You know, it's called future pacing. I was trying to avoid using that word, but future pacing, you know, where you are using words, procedures, handouts, whatever it is, to continue to help them keep the vision for where their health and life could be. So this week, if you have patients leaving care, wanting to change their frequency to a lower frequency, or just downright saying they don't have the value, right? Maybe it's a new person that they don't value it. A lot of times it's just, they're just not willing to do the work, or they can't clearly see where they could be if you were involved in their life. All right, guys, have an absolutely awesome Monday. I'm so grateful for that clarity this morning, and we'll see you guys next time.